So this all started at a preseason game this Friday night. The QB wanted to make a statement about what he considers to be unpunished police brutality against minorities. Kaepernick's decision is offending a lot of Americans, my next guest included. Sergeant Demetric Penny is with me now. He is the president of the Dallas Fallen Officer Foundation. Sergeant, thank you for coming back to the program. The NFL's policy is that players are encouraged, and I'm quoting their literature, but not required to stand for the anthem. I know you're offended by Kaepernick's statement. Why is that? And how should the NFL take it up with him? Because in theory, he is following the letter of the law, if not the spirit of the law.
Well, first and foremost, I think the NFL, they're sending the wrong message here. Yeah, we do want our NFL players to be advocates for social justice, but they're taking on the wrong causes. At this point, we need to be advocating and coming up with ways to bridge the gap between police and the community. But I don't know what Kaepernick's stance is or what that whole thing was about, but he's essentially isolated the entire American population that are patriots and believe in the American flag and what the national anthem stands for. As a prior military man, as a law enforcement officer, I can tell you that I don't know where Kaepernick is getting his facts from, but that's extremely patriotic, unpatriotic, and it offended a lot of people.
Well, I want to read another NFL player. New York Giants player Victor Cruz said this, and it's exactly your point, Sergeant. Regardless of how you feel about the things that are going on in America today, you've got to respect the flag. You've got to stand up with your teammates. It's bigger than just you. So I'm following your line of thought and Victor Cruz's, meaning even if you're upset about something, you're still an example, especially to younger kids. When you're a sports hero, you're a hero.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're held in the spotlight, and people look up to you. But what I will say is if Kaepernick is not somebody we need for social justice. This is a situation where we're having everyone coming out and saying all these different things about law enforcement and what's happening in the inner city and the ghetto. Listen, I come from the ghetto. I just came from seeing my family down in Houston. Listen, if you want to do something, go into the inner city and put some money there. You're a $19 million man. Go put money where your mouth is. Go on any Martin Luther King Highway Boulevard in the United States and start putting money there. Let's start putting money in social economic development or training or education. Let's start trying to come up with ways to really advocate and help people. Let's help people learn. Right now, there's a flawed narrative when people thinking that law enforcement are just out here killing black men, and that the statistics doesn't support that. I'd welcome the challenge. Hey, I'll go into any community, any ghetto, any NFL locker room, and I'll talk to them. I love to talk to them because right now they're following the wrong narrative, and you can't listen to the wrong people. If you really want to enact change, if you really want to bring about change, you got to bring people in that understand and know the plight, that know what's going on in the inner city. Yeah, I am a police officer, but by that same token, I make myself available to not only to the law enforcement community, but also to the hood, also to the inner city. That's where I'm from. Sergeant, I love those people.
You're not the only one to point out the more than $100 million contract that Kaepernick has and say, listen, even at the very least, you could donate some money to Police Athletic League, just even a basic kind of community and outreach to youngsters, and that would be more constructive.
Of course, of course. I mean, listen, the inner city needs the money. Yeah, you could donate, which is a drop in the bucket for what you're available to do. But I think they need development. Right now, the plight of what's going on in this country, people are they feel like they're isolated. I mean, of course. I mean, if you have no options, you're gonna see what we're having right now. You're gonna see the type of change that we have in this country right now. People have no options. I grew up in that. I had no options coming out. And let me tell you, as a prior military man, the U.S. Army created an opportunity for me to get out the hood. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what Kaepernick's, what his story is and what he feels about it. Come talk to me. Let me show you where I'm from, and let me show you what my people still dealing with.
Sergeant Demetric Penny, thank you for your service and your continued service. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.